Hey gang, it's Paul with Stud Pack. Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to the Stud Pack Dream Garage build. Our first house build ever. Doing it with my son Jordan, my son-in-law Rad, and we're putting the whole thing on YouTube. In our last video, you saw me, Jordan, and Rad put up all the waterproofing in the shower. Well, most of the waterproofing, we still have the floor to do. We use the Triton watertight system. Absolutely love this backer board. Big W, Pete. Thank you, Pete, for the backer board. We love the installation. Can't wait to see it finished. You also saw Jordan do his very first mud pan on the shower, did an awesome job. And what's today's project? Jordan wants to put a heated floor in the bathroom. Jordan, why did you pick a heated floor?
There are a lot of different reasons. By the way, first intro ever, Rad did the whole thing just then, so good job, Rad. A round of applause for Rad behind the camera, good job.
Rad.
Heated floor, everybody knows, is a luxury item, and the purchase was really inspired by talking to different people who have stepped on a heated floor, like yourself. Right. I've never experienced one. And the toilet is the same way, where people just say that when they leave their house or they travel, it's one of the things that they miss the most. Right. So I was like, man, I just would love to have that, and I would really love to try a heated floor so I know if it's worth the expense in the main house, and I'm sure it will be.
We're on the second floor. That tile is probably gonna get cold, so a heated floor is absolutely the way to go. And the other thing we're doing, we're actually gonna extend it into the shower, right?
Yep.
And why are we doing that?
Well, one of the main reasons is luxury, and I think the second reason that maybe not a lot of people talk about, but it's like cleanliness.
Exactly.
You always have sitting water, even if you have good slopage, you're gonna have sitting water, whether it's in the shower or on the bathroom floor, and if you can dry that with a heated floor, you have a lot less chance of like mold buildup, and sometimes you get like really dirty grout lines, stuff like that. So if the water dries before it can sit and get dirty, I think that's better for the whole like environment.
And you actually have a problem in your house right now with the shower floor.
That's just one of many problems, yeah.
Yeah, and we actually did that shower floor. We set the tile and then set the walls the same day.
Right.
And I may or may not have moved some of the tiles in the corners. I can't tell, but we're not gonna have a problem here. All right, Jordan, show us what you bought and what's the plan.
All right, here's what we got, gang. We have what is a LuxHeat flooring system. Now, I spent about 2 weeks researching flooring, heating systems, and there's a couple out there. There's not too many. There's a couple of main ones and a couple of maybe low-key ones. This is definitely a low-key one in my opinion. And the reason that I was doing so much research was just really price. We're getting to the point in the project where funds are running a little low. We have to be really strategic where we're spending the money and how we're doing things so we can keep videos coming out, but also achieve like the end goal, which is a really nice place. So this was the perfect product. I mean, this, for the entire small bathroom, it was only about $400.
That's cool.
And there were a couple of things that I knew I wanted. I knew I wanted a really cool touchscreen thermostat that looked modern. And then to really get the cost down, I went with this rolled up like matte application style. There's a couple of different ways you can install this stuff, but each tier almost like increases the cost. So this is middle of the road. They have a clip system that's almost the same price. But most people are gonna be familiar with this, which is a heat membrane. And this is like what Schluter offers in their kits and stuff like that. And this is gonna dramatically increase your cost if you wanna do a system like this.
It'll dramatically increase your cost if you use this in the whole bathroom floor, right?
Correct.
But to save money, we're gonna just use this in the shower. Right. And we're gonna put this mat directly on our subfloor.
Correct. We're gonna pour some self-leveler over it. We actually are so dialed into the funds now that we figured the cost of the bags of self-leveler to pour over this was more cost effective than to pay for like per square footage. Self-leveler was cheaper than this mat right here. But we can't do that in the shower. So we're gonna talk about that all later in the video. But $400 for a 50 square foot bathroom with a touchscreen thermostat that looks really modern, a really efficient system, and a great company, by the way. We're gonna get into all that, but $400, I'm excited to install this thing.
That sounds like a great deal. Let's get to work.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And real quick, guys, before we get started on the heated floor install, sorry if you clicked on this video wanting to see this. I got to get out in front of some comments that I've been reading. I've never felt the need to do this, but now I do because we're just getting them more and more and more and more. I know it's the 0.1% for the people who are watching our channel all the time. We have amazing support from our subscribers, and we love you guys, and we really appreciate the support. But for the 0.1% of comments that say that we're selling out, we're pushing product, we only take free stuff so we can then make a video about it and push product that we don't believe in. It's not true, and it's frustrating to read, quite honestly. For 5 years, we have never, ever, ever made a video on a product that we didn't like or didn't stand behind. And just on this build alone, there are things that we've gotten for free that we're very open about. We've gotten stuff discounted, and we've paid full price for things on this build. And every single time, whether we get it for free, discounted, or we pay full price, it doesn't change the quality of the video, and it doesn't change the fact that we stand behind that product and that we believe in it. For example, this fan. I paid full price for that fan, even though I reached out and I asked, is there a way that I don't have to pay full price, you know, because we're trying to save money. No, money's not unlimited. Paid full price for the fan, it came with a defect, we fixed it, and I still love that fan and we still stand behind that product. These windows, paid full price from Pella. Now they got me wearing a hat. But we love Pella windows. We think they're a great company. We stand behind it. And the roof, paid full price for the roof, stuff like that. The toilet and this heated floor system that we're about to install. I paid full price for this heated floor system, $400. Not gonna break the bank, but the point is that we're about to make an entire video on this heated floor, and you would think that it was sponsored by how we're making the video, but it's not. We just like the product, we stand behind our decisions, and we want you guys to know that. So no more comments about us selling out, because at the end of the day, the economy's bad. Everybody knows it's bad. We're trying to save a few bucks because we worked for 5 years building this YouTube channel, gang. Just work with us, okay? That's all I wanted to say. All right, we all good? Okay? All right, come on. Everybody knows YouTubers get stuff for free. At least we're open and we stand behind the stuff that we get for free, okay? Can we just be honest? All right, let's get into the install. Transition.
Our very first step is to put the mat down in the shower. If you take a look out there, we bought a little roll, and that's one way we're saving money. Just buy what we need. So I've already got my measurement. Jordan and Rad are gonna cut this, and I'm gonna get back in here and start putting the thin set down. Now this mat is not our shower floor waterproofing system. We're gonna put the mat down, put the cables in it, and then put some yellow membrane on top of that to completely waterproof and integrate the waterproofing in on the walls and the floor. Let's get started with some thin set. Jordan, why don't you head out there and start cutting some mat. Like that, bud?
Yes, sir.
Right. It's exciting. I've never done one of these before with this mat. Nice, guys. All right, guys, got my next piece right here, and all of these products like this have this fleece on the back. So the thin set grabs that fleece and you get a really good adherence. Adherence? Is that a word? And the other thing we gotta do is match up this pattern. Just like laying wallpaper, right? I'm gonna flip it around actually. See if that side works. There we go. Beautiful. Nice, guys. Last little piece. And we have to line all these up because the wires are gonna weave back and forth, so it has to work, right? All the grooves have to line up.
Nice.
That's it, bud.
Yeah, how solid does that feel?
It feels really solid, and I can tell just by skimming over it with this, you got a really good slope on your mud pan you did. Nice job again. So yeah, let's get on it. Do the little,
All right, give me here, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice
And pokey pokey.
Is that what it's called?
Nice.
Or we're going to go on a lap? Now, yes, we could have run this throughout the whole bathroom and bought a spool of wire and threaded in the whole thing. But we're going to do kind of a hybrid system. We got this in the shower. We're going to use the mat that we showed you before out here with self-leveler on top. That's going to save us about $100. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's kind of where we're at right now, trying to save every single dollar. Because 2 bags of self-leveler is less expensive than putting the mat in the entire rest of the bathroom.
Right.
I'm gonna get my buzzsaw, Jordan, cut off this conduit, and get this floor prepped for our mat. Sweet.
Cool. Now what would you do if somebody wanted to do a heated floor install and they needed conduit and a new box, but they didn't have the foresight to maybe do this? Like, this is a new build, so we were able to do this. What if you're doing a remodel?
Absolutely right, Jordan. This conduit's gonna make it really easy for us to run the factory supplied cord from the end of the mat, up the conduit, into the box we installed during our rough electric stage. If you're doing a remodel, actually wouldn't be too bad. You gotta have a separate circuit for your mat, obviously for your electricity. Then you're gonna cut a hole for your box, come down here to the baseboard, remove it. I would probably cut a small hole down here, notch the sill plate, then with a fish tape or just a weight on a string, drop that weight with a string down here, grab it, pull your wire up into your junction box. You're good to go. You're gonna have a heated floor that you absolutely love. All right, gang, the floor's all clean. Now, before we put our primer on there, I'm gonna go around the perimeter of the bathroom with some Big Stretch by Chet. I'm gonna go around the perimeter with some Big Stretch by Satchco. Love this stuff. I don't think any self-leveler is going to find its way between the sill plate and our Advantech. Not on this wall, particularly not on this wall. But if it did, for example, on this wall, we have our drain and water penetrations going downstairs. I certainly don't want it leaking out down there, so it's good insurance. Now, if you've done some research on this kind of system before, you've probably seen guys use great stuff. Just spray foam around the perimeter, even at the doorway and around toilet flanges, so all that stuff doesn't end up where you don't want it. Great idea also. But we're pretty tight, so I'm just going to use the big stretch, get this done real quick, then we'll prime it. All right, that took 30 seconds, well worth it. You got a rag up here?
Wait, you're going to tool that?
Oh yeah, you're saying I don't need to?
I wouldn't.
I guess we don't, right? Just leave it?
Yeah.
All right. There's our primer, Level Quick Primer by Custom. And no dilution necessary since we're on wood. I'm just going to dump it on here, guys.
Yep.
Spread it out with a roller. What do you think?
Yep.
Like it?
Whoa.
Look at all these colors in this bathroom. Red, yellow, blue. All the primaries. Are those the primaries? I don't even remember anymore.
I think they are. It's all about CYM these days, man.
Is that good right there? Probably, huh?
Definitely good.
Is that good? All right. Now the bottle says it takes 2 hours to dry. We're going to put a fan on it, try to speed it up because we don't have time for that today. Guys, it's been a couple hours. Our primer is all dry, so it's time to start putting down our heater cable. Super excited about that. And this kind of reminds me of that game where you have to put your finger or a pen on a drawing, right, and do the whole drawing without lifting your pen or your paper or whatever, your finger off the page. So what we have to do, obviously this wire, this cable is going to go up to our switch, our thermostat, and we're going to cover the whole floor, including the shower, with our cable, and then the end point of the cable cannot be in the shower. It has to be out here. So we have to start here, do all this, and end up somewhere where Jordan is standing. So I think the very first thing I want to do is get our cable inside this 1/2-inch conduit. So I got my fish tape right here. I'm going to stick it in there and pull that cable. Everything's off, guys. You see my 1/2-inch sticking up back there? There you go, Jordan. Nice. Oh. Magnets everywhere. Okay, here we go. And there it is. All right, all taped up. Couldn't find my electrical tape, so we just used some frog tape. It's such a short run, it'll be fine. All right, I'll do the fish tape if one of you guys can feed me from the bottom. Always important to feed from the bottom and pull from the other end at the same time. There we go. We got our cable pulled through, and the heating system came with a little alarm. It's already set up to go. It's on, but it's silent. It'll make a sound, a little siren, whoop, 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 if we cut the wire or break it. So that's a sound we do not want to hear. Let me get that back in there. So I think what we want to do, we're going to head towards the shower, coming right out of the conduit, right to here. We're going to start removing this from the mat, start removing the cable from the mat. I'm going to route a groove in our curb, and then we'll start routing the cable in our shower mat. Yes, it's a foam curb. Yes, electric cable, it gets hot, but not that hot. So you wouldn't want to go over it. We're going to go through it, like we're going to route a channel. We're going to show you that, and we're going to fill it with thin set and encase the cable in thin set. And then we're going to waterproof all over it. So let me grab my router and get this floor system installed. Get some heat in this bathroom.
All right, gang, since we saved money with this mat type of system, what we have to do for the shower is we have to remove the mat from the cable in the shower. So a little bit tedious, and saving $100 for this, to some, might be worth it, but to others, they might want to pay the $100 extra, do a membrane system for the floor, and just have this red wire that they run. We would have been done already.
Yes, if we'd have put this over where I'm kneeling.
For an extra $100, we could have been done.
Black cable,
Yep.
let's go.
Yep. So, just something to think about when you're budgeting your project and working on it.
And that's why we're doing this, right? On the main house, we're gonna know exactly what to do.
Spend the money. I'm just kidding.
I got you ready.
There you go. Let me cut these off. All right, guys, here's our system. Got our first section mat on the subfloor. All our wire staged in the shower, but I got to get out that channel. Got my little router, 1/2-inch bit on it. And I'm just going to freehand this, huh, Jordan?
Yep.
And a little vacuum so we don't have foam everywhere. All right.
All right.
It's kind of straight. It's tough freehand.
What the heck is that, dude?
That looks great.
Use one of my good chisels on you, bud. Dang it.
On foam, dude? Come on.
Well,
You'll be all right.
it's the thin set under it I'm worried about. There we go. Beautiful. Little vacuum, start running some wire.
Cool.
There we go. Like that.
Nice. You figured it out.
Yep.
That stuff is cool.
Never done one of these before.
I was just going to say, you know, this is one of those things that we like research and watch videos on.
Right.
And then when you finally do one, it's like, what a great system. Look at that.
How easy is that?
Really easy.
For 400 bucks and like a day's worth of work? Pretty luxury.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be perfect for your shower. It's going to just dry out, and you don't clean them anyway, so that way you don't have to clean the mold or mildew that grows in the grout. This is actually pretty satisfying. It's really fast. I don't know what's more fun, doing this or
Big switch on there.
okay, or pouring self-leveler.
You think it's going to take away from the luxury, the fact that we live in the South?
No. I think you're going to get out of that shower every time, step on that warm tile right about where you are, and you're just going to love it.
Cool.
All right, guys, made it out of the shower, made it to this corner, and now we have to flip the mat. It's really simple. We're just going to cut through our backing. Now we just flip it. Like, other way around, like that. Let me straighten this out. There, you see how that laid down? Really,
Nice.
really simple, yep. And there we go, guys. Our electric heating cable for our floor warming system is all installed. Here's our sensor. It goes through the same conduit up to our thermostat. It's going to communicate with the thermostat, basically tell the heating system when to come on and when to shut off. So you remember, here's the beginning of our cable at our thermostat, and here's the end right here outside the curb, and that's because it can't be in the shower. So we had a little planning, a little routing, a little rerouting to do. So what we learned in the end was it would be easier just to put this mat everywhere and buy a spool of wire and just go for it. You saw how quickly we did the shower. Spend the extra $100, that's the way to go. And this floor was pretty easy, right? We didn't have a toilet flange to worry about because we have a wall-mounted toilet, and we don't have a vanity to worry about because we have a wall-mounted vanity. So spend the extra $100, you can thank me later. So now that's all done, you'll see I used a few pieces of foil tape just in those areas where I thought the wire was kind of high. We put a dam across our door. The door is going to swing in towards me, so the tile to wood floor transition is going to be right here under the door. So I'm going to stop myself leveling short, so our transition ends up under the door, very key. Guys, let's head downstairs and mix up some self-leveling underlayment.
What is this?
All right, so we know from previous experience, right, that a bag of self-leveler is pretty much too much for a 5-gallon bucket. So I cut the bottom out of one, put it inside like that, and we basically made like a 6-gallon bucket. That way it won't splash out. That's the plan, let's give it a shot. What am I doing? I got a couple little floaters. So I got some tiny zip ties, tie it back down to that mesh. Just like that. Don't know what else to do. Don't have a lot of time to think about it. This stuff waits for no man. I'm gonna put one right here on our sensor, or not the sensor, but the end of the line rather. And another reason why this would be so much better, it's not gonna raise up.
Yep.
It's actually floating.
Yeah, not only is the cable secured in there, but you can thin set right on top of that. Ready to go.
Yep. Lesson learned, that's why we do it, right?
Yep,
all right.
that's why we film it.
Cut that without cutting the wire. And I got my trowel, guys. I'm just using the top of the wires as a screed. We're gonna come back over it as it sets up, push some of these guys down. Brad's got the other bucket. Feel like I need to stay here. I don't want to be walking back and cross.
Yeah.
And y'all catch that side, and then I'll just walk out and go clean my boots.
Sure.
All right, guys, got my spiked roller. Use this on another job, and it really works well. It breaks the surface tension and allows this to flow a lot better. Even though it's called self-leveling underlayment, in our opinion, it really doesn't self-level. It needs some help. So we're just helping it with this roller. You can do it with trowels, but look what a nice job that does.
Yeah, it's not even really self-leveler, it's self-flattener.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes flat is what you have to settle for. You can't get it level. We did a bathroom a long time ago, remember that? Mm-hmm. Couldn't make it flat, but we made it, couldn't make it level, but we made it flat.
Yeah, it's working nice.
Yeah.
Hey Paul, why are you trapped over there?
Yeah, I knew I was going to be trapped, but I can make one step and just go clean my boot. I felt like I needed to be here just to babysit it.
Yep. Camp out there, dude.
Y'all bring me my dinner? Look at that, guys. It's the next day. Our self-leveling underlayment is all dry, got hard. Now come down here with me and check it out. It's not perfect, and we knew that yesterday when we left here, but because we're using large format tile and a 1/2-inch notch trowel, all this you're seeing right here is gonna go away. But if you're doing penny tile or like a mosaic and you use this self-leveling underlayment, it's gotta be like this right here. It's gotta be completely smooth.
You're gonna need to buy more bags.
Buy more bags. Or just use a heat membrane like this, which is specifically made to route the cable in just like we did. If we'd have put this on this floor yesterday, we would have saved so much time running our cable, and then we could have put down our waterproof membrane directly on top and not be where we are today, right?
Right.
So today we are gonna use this sheet membrane by Triton, put it in the shower, we're gonna wrap it up all 3 walls, and we're thinking about even going over the curb and coming out on the floor a little bit, because as a remodeler on a bathtub or a shower on a wood subfloor, where we always saw rot in the subfloor was right here on the outside of the curb or the outside of the door, the exit to a shower. So if you roll that sheet membrane out, it protects our wood subfloor, but the shower head is gonna be over here. The shower door is gonna be over here. We do have the heated floor. It's gonna dry it out. I don't know if I need it, but I think it would be good insurance to roll that out just a little bit.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments what you think. So pretty easy right now. We're gonna go downstairs, mix up some thin set. While it's flaking, we're gonna cut this piece to shape, put it in, and the waterproofing is done in the shower. Let's get busy. All right, guys, working on our sheet membrane for the shower floor. We could use this band, right, to do our corners. We're actually just gonna cut this long and roll it up like that. So imagine this is that back right inside corner of the shower. And then we have this preformed inside corner. It's gonna make it all waterproof because this is where water is gonna get in behind you. So I got the back done. I'm pre-folding all this right now. So it just sits in there real nice like we like it. I'm gonna pre-fold the edges, bring it back in there. We'll mark and cut out the drain. Keep working on this guy. We're close to putting it in. Let's keep working at it. All right, Rad cut the sheet membrane for me. Jordan mixed up the thin set, so I guess it's time for me, right? My turn to get to work?
It's time for me.
Mike? All right. And guys, if you're worried about my knees, check it out. Cat Pants integrated knee pads. I actually had a viewer send us these, and I absolutely love them, so appreciate that. So what I'm gonna do, we got it all pre-folded. Our sheet membrane is pre-folded. And remember, I gotta put that corner back here. So I'm gonna work from here. I'm gonna get the back done, reach in, catch these 2 back corners, and work my way out. If I were to do the whole floor, it'd be very hard for me to reach back there.
In this shower. You could do it in certain showers.
In this one. And I don't want to do it in 2 days because I know that would make Jordan really mad. We want to get it done today, right? All right, here we go. Perfect consistency on the thin set, bud. Appreciate it.
Total eyeball.
Is that where we are now? You've just done it so much?
Yep. If it's a little watery or a little thick, who cares? So you know about the cross method on this stuff, right?
The what?
The cross method?
No.
You gotta make one pass that way, and then you gotta make another pass perpendicular to that.
On this material?
Yep.
You gotta do that, and then that to fill in all the voids. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for doing my research for me.
Yep.
I want to put our drain in here first, and our sheet membrane will go on top. But I want to support around this collar right here, so I'm putting just a little bit of thin set around the edges. So when I push this in, it'll squeeze in here and give this drain nice support with thin set. All right, guys, making good progress. I'm waiting on some more thin set to catch my back two sides here. In the meantime, I'm going to put in the drain. As you can see, I put a little thin set around the perimeter, and check out this cool little detail. See this little part right here? You can actually break off this section if this goes against the wall, like if you had a linear drain.
Cool. Pretty
smart, right? So I'm going to pull out the little plug they sent me so nothing goes down the drain. And I'm ready to install the drain for your shower, Jordan. Pretty exciting. All right, guys, I'm ready for my sheet membrane for the back. Now, don't give me any comments, right? I'm using a different color thin set. It's all we had, but don't worry. It's the same ANSI number. It's gonna work fine together. Got the drain in, got the little protector for the drain so I don't drop thin set in there. And I'm ready for the back half, Jordan. Is this it right here? This guy?
Yep.
And it goes like, should have marked front and back on it.
That's it.
Should have trusted my instinct the first time. It was right. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, my drywall blade.
Right to your right.
Got it.
That's really nice, Dad.
Thank you, son.
It's easy when there's like a good base, you know what I'm saying? When you got like a good slope.
That pimple mat just.
I wasn't talking.
Oh. Ready for my inside corner in the back? Just use my 6-inch drywall blade. Tuck it in. Use my drywall blade to hold the corner, and the other trowel smooth it out. Otherwise, it'll pull away, right? Pull it out this way. So holding it with one trowel, embedding it with the other. That's pretty nice. Now I'll do the bottom. Should stay. We got this piece. It's going to go on the floor a little bit, up the curb, on top of the curb, and then this piece will cover it on top of the curb like that. Really like to protect those curbs. That's where I feel most failures are, right, guys?
Either that or the corners, or the drain.
Yep. And in case you're wondering, this knife has rounded edges. I do that with all my drywall tools. Not all of them, but especially this 6-inch knife. If that were a square corner, it could rip this when I do that, right? So nice rounded corner, no more tears.
No more tears. Yeah, let me see. Who's in that?
Metallica?
Nope.
I don't know. No more tears?
Mm-hmm. Let him know in the comments.
I think there is a song, No More Tears.
There is. Let him know in the comments. Let him know in the comments.
All right, guys, I'm going to put one of these outside corners right here. We trimmed it because we have a pretty low profile curve. I wouldn't call it pretty low profile. I'd call that really low profile, right, Jordan? So a little notch right here. Tuck this corner in and we'll be good. Honestly, guys, I was going to put an inside corner and then lap this over, but we start to get a lot of buildup. So I'm comfortable with this. Then we're going to hit that corner one more time with the sealant. We're going to be fine. Drop that little guy right in there.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yep. Just what the doctor ordered, right? Cool. All right, guys, our floor is all waterproofed, and we couldn't wait. So we actually hooked up the thermostat, just temporarily, of course.
Yeah.
Look at that nice display, Jordan.
Cool. We passed.
We passed. It's all working. Oh, look at that. It's actually giving us a grade system pass. So what's next?
Let's find out.
All right. It must be a ground fault breaker. Cool. Fahrenheit or Celsius? What you want to do, bud?
Just come on, just come on.
Floor load. Just keep pressing them. Oh look, it's already got the date in there.
Is it the 30th?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Kyle, yep. 104 degrees, holy crap.
Yeah. Nice. Check.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Time, day of the week.
Temperature, all that. Schedule, we can make a schedule. Awesome.
Do you shower on schedule?
That's a weird question.
All right, guys, we're gonna come back and check on the floor heat system later, but we know it's working. Can't wait to see how hot this thing gets. Really warm, right? Really valuable lessons today and yesterday, putting down the heating membrane versus the self-leveling membrane. So do yourself a favor. The heating membrane is much simpler, much easier than putting this down over the mat and then pouring self-leveling over it. A little extra money, but well worth it for the time. Big shout out to LuxHeat. They actually called Jordan the day after he placed his order to make sure everything was going right and he had everything he needed. So a big shout out to them. They were super helpful in designing this system for us. You want to grab yourself a hold of some Stud Pack merch, head on over to bunkerbranding.com. They'll hook you up with something like this. We got a few others over there as well. Make sure you guys drop a comment, ask us a question if you have any. So run some heating cable to your like button, smash it for us. Best thing you can do for our channel. We'll see you right back here on our very next video.